Hi, Tran. I wanted to show you that I'm still working. Number one, I'm really trying my hardest to get someone to tell the truth so I can get back to you, to Vietnam. The other, I want to show you, some of the things I've been working on while I'm trying to get someone to tell the truth. So this is a program I'm finishing. I'm almost done with. This is going to be very valuable for a company or a corporation to use because what it can do is take all these program types and run these scripts for people so testing a board, and it automates it, so it takes out user error, and it makes it a lot better for a company, because they can test their boards knowing that they're not relying on somebody who might type something wrong or misunderstand a step. So basically what happens is it creates these ini files, and I'm going to show you that it'll create an ini file like this one. This is a very long one. It basically has a project dial. It has all these things mixed into it. And this is the main one. This is one I'm going to run. But I just wanted to show you what this is the file that this creates. How I create it is through these menus here. Like this one, I can select a project, one of those projects that's in here. I can select a default project. I can import or export tests. I can edit and create tests. And I'm just going to do one so you can see it come up over here. I'll just create it really fast. I'll just put something in here and see it should. There it is right there. So there's the new one. And now when I go back, I have to add test steps to it. Like I have to do these things. Let's say I want to add that step, so I add that step, and then I type certain things in here for dialogue. I add a test here. The tests are actually down here in this area, but that's basically how it works. And then when you go back, now I have that test in here. So if I went to select test, I would have this one, which really doesn't have any tests in it, but it shows you that it's here. I can run the test, and it won't really do anything except for run the test. It's not loaded because I didn't load anything. So now I'm going to demonstrate what happens when I load a test. And also notice it gave a results file for running that test. So it put a results file here. I'm going to delete this file and show you because now I'm going to run another test. And this one actually has a lot of tests in it. I can use a serial number or I don't have to use a serial number. I'm just going to use one like that, and just say start. And these are the tests. These are the things it's actually testing. But it's testing a passing phase and a state and a failing state on each one of them. And it's basically it automates the test so that you don't have to interact with it. You can just press a button, walk away, come back, and see your results. While this is running these tests, notice it's actually pulling up. That's an exe file that I wrote. It's C++. That's C++, and I'll show you these. They're down here. As this is going, it's going to go through different ones. So the C++ test is right here. Here's a pass one right here. That's what it looks like. It actually sends the results out, pass, fail. There's a failed state. All I'm doing is changing the variable to where it's a fail instead of being a pass right here. It's basically the same program. So that's C++. This one's in C. It's a different language. This one's in C. And that's it. There's a pass and a fail for it. I have one in C sharp. I have C sharp over here too. Here's Python over here, right here. So here's one in Python. A lot of people are using Python. So it works with all of these languages, which makes it very valuable for somebody who's testing boards. Here's batch files. It works with batch files. Here's what I'm using, pass and fail right here. It works with batch files. So you run your test. A person can run their test and then come back and then get their results, and they can run different types of tests. Here's C sharp. Here's C sharp. So it ran every one of these tests, and then it gave results. I'm going to run the program one more time to show you that it takes results and stores them both in the same file. So it's already got a file. Now I'll run it again with a different number. And remember this one, it's going to be 0000002, like that. So this next one is going to finish, and it's going to have test results for 2. I'm trying to make this a fast video, fast demo. I promise I'm doing everything I can to get someone to tell the truth. I'm trying my hardest to get back to you as soon as I can. I miss you very much. But anyway, I'm just showing you that, I know what I'm doing. I am an engineer. This program is very complicated. This one's taken, I started working on this August 9th, and today is September 5th. So I've gone a long way in just 1 month. So it keeps updating down here to tell you where it is. And the last thing it'll show you is the serial number. And there's a serial number down here. And now when I open this, you'll see it stored the results. And this is very valuable for somebody who, has a place where they're manufacturing boards, because it gives you, all the data you need. Just go back. So I moved it over too much. Here, it gives you all the data that you need. So the first test ran all of these tests on, it would be on one board if there were a board. And then the second one ran all of them on this one. And these are all the tests it ran, and these are the results. Now, remember, these files are meant to be a pass state. These are meant to be a failed state. But it proves that it sends an error code out and the software detects it. And it'll be very important. It also gives a time and date stamp for the test. So that'd be very important for a company for their, failure analysis of their boards. Anyway, I just wanted to show you I am an engineer. I'm doing everything I can to get back to you as soon as possible, and I miss you very much. I'm just letting you know I'm going to be able to take care of you when I make it back to you. Anyway.